Guten Tag. How are you, my friends? Now that we're in the summer, it's almost time to start prepping for Oktoberfest. And if you're going to Oktoberfest in Munich, you're going to be looking for places. And I want to tell you about my trip last year. I had a wonderful time at the Tierra Wiesen. It was a wonderful time, great beer, and fun had me all. Unfortunately, my friends and I, instead of splurging and going to the Holiday Inn Express in Fraulein, I think, or we decided to go to a campsite with Stoke Travel. Now, if you're a broke college student, that's great. But if you're an experienced travel, if you're a little bit older and you can afford to go to a hotel, go to the hotel. It's not worth it. It's the cheapest place to get a bed, and in Europe, you can do a lot better in Munich. Let me start off. I mean, it's on the campgrounds. They give you a tent, some sleeping bags, and you have access to the standard bathroom facilities. All the cold water you want to shower with, and hot shower gives you a three. You have to buy a 3-minute token for hot water. Typical stuff. You'll be fine with that. And, it's kind of expected. They also have meals every other night, so you can either pay for a meal ticket, or you can go in and get some cooking fare. It's some campground group fare, and it's whole processed bulk food stuff. So, you got your source of beans, maybe a bit of sauerkraut, and then whatever they fried up in the giant frying pan they have there. So you get a plate of food with some calories in it. It's all right. But the worst part is you know, we were there and landed Friday, Friday, the Saturday or Sunday for Oktoberfest. And then, we go and get our tents. So tents are not bad. You can fit 2 people, and as long as you keep the luggage outside, and, it's reasonable, like, nice waterproof and double entrance. So it's kind of like an airlock thing. So that's not too bad. They have when you go there, one of the first things they do is they offer you a beer, and then they try and sell you on the beer special they have. For a couple euros, you can get a wristband that allows you to get as much freaking beer as you can drink. All you can drink beer at Oktoberfest. And it's a campground, so they don't have like a keg or whatever there, so they'll just have big bottles of beer that you can all drink. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. The problem is that you're surrounded by a bunch of uh, people who went to Oktoberfest not to enjoy the culture, not to enjoy the beer, but to get wasted. And they have dance music playing all the time, and you can imagine how it goes from there. It's a giant freaking frat party. Giant party. A lot of people going, getting wasted, drinking all the time, and grant and then this group who's organizing it, Stoke Travel, they're trying to promote irresponsible drinking. Like they have the little bracelets things to say that you can get all the beer. It says, if it wasn't for beer, we wouldn't get laid or some crap like that. So, yeah. So and then it's a decent enough hike on mass transit to get to the Oktoberfest grounds. But anyway, so the tents are bare bones. That's what you're paying for. It's the cheapest bed in the Munich area. So go figure. Bathrooms are nice. They're public restrooms. So it's a public site. There's a lot of people, heavy demand, heavy usage, and it's gonna smell like shit really quickly. Um, the first day they were kind of clean, but they got overwhelmed pretty quickly. So, and you have no idea how long the toilet paper is gonna last or anything like that. So, while my friend and I were there, we actually didn't go take use the bathroom any more than a piss for all 3 days we stayed there. We went to into center Munich just to go take a shit. So anyway, so there's that. It's in Munich. So it's October. It's late September, early October, and it gets cold. So it was a little more colder when we went, but then the sleeping bags are pretty bare bones. So you might be a bit cold when you go and sleep. and there's no power around, so you can't get the heater, and you have all you have is what you brought with you. So there's that. Um, and I mentioned the shower situation. You have to buy a token to get access to hot water, and it takes a few seconds for that to start off when you start to shower. But they're reasonable. You can get as much cold water as you want to try and clean up. So when your 3 minutes are up, all that hot water goes away, and you start freezing your ass off. So there's that. Now, thing about the Stoke Travel Oktoberfest campsite, it kind of bills itself as an alternate party to Oktoberfest. So as that, they have the open bar, and after you're done with the tents and you're wasted, you can come back and you know just use drink the beer there, and then you have a whole bunch of fun beer time games. So and they have a nice outdoor concert set up, with pretty loud speakers going. So and then a bunch of benches. So when people aren't trying to get whatever grub that's around, they're drinking and trying to party. So you can go from anybody who just trying to dance around, drinking punch, sangria, or the whatever bottled beer they had. You got people running around, being held in wheelbarrows and being run around the entire field and being dropped off randomly until somebody loses balance. And it goes on until it doesn't stop. If you go to this place thinking you're going to get a cheap bed, you're going to have a cheap bed, but you're not going to be able to get any sleep. So not only they have EDM music playing with in a bar that supposedly closes at 10, doesn't. It closes until enough people complain. And the music doesn't stop. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and lights are out. And then you have drunk people just trying to find back their tents. It's not a pleasant experience, my friends. Not pleasant at all. Because next thing you know, you have people complaining, "Oh my god, someone's stuff is already in our tent." It's like, it's not your fucking tent, you're the tent next door. Or, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you hear some guy saying, "Oh my god, there's some guy in a tent." And the guy speaking French, and he's from Belgium, and he says, like, and this obnoxious American's going, "I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak your language." And then they try and resolve it by saying, "Prost, Prost." Oh, God. Or, here's a fun thing. You go back, you go in, you get a beer, and you just sit back, relax, and you're going back to your tent. And some guy just comes up with you, and he's like, "You come here, follow me." I was like, "Well, what the fuck do you want?" "Follow me." It's like, "What? Why?" "For knowledge." And then this fucking drunk ass, starts wandering around tents and looks like he's taking a piss in between tents and, if not collapsing himself or trying to climb a barbed wire fence. And you send your other friend out for security because the guy is making an asshole of himself. Yeah, that was weird. So let's see. You have no idea who the staff is because they're selling their T-shirts. The place advertises to have an iPhone, phone charging station. It's right by the concession, a sales tent where they have like a little power strip sitting behind there. So it's an unsecured site. You can't sit around and watch it load up. And it's right next to where everybody is drinking. So good luck trying to keep track of your phone there. um, it's a public campsite, and they said they would have Wi-Fi inside. Wi-Fi is only like next to the office for like, and you have to way far away from your tents. So that's really fun. So thanks on site facilities. And, oh god, it just doesn't. All the fucking EDM is great, but not when it's that early in the morning. Oh, my biggest gripe about this shithole. Stoke Travel camping. They say they'll get you breakfast. You gotta pay for the coffee. Seriously. It's in the morning, and you gotta fucking pay a couple euros for shit coffee? And they only got 2 coffee machines and one's broke? Come on. Seriously? How can you have... We'll give you guys breakfast, but no coffee. Seriously. That is messed up. So you want breakfast, you gotta get a breakfast ticket and a little mark your little bracelet thing to make sure you don't double dip. And all you get is a piece of eggy toast. What's eggy toast, you say? You take a slice of bread, you cut a hole in it with a can, and take the bread out. You put a egg in there, so it kind of looks sunny side for a while, but then you flip it so it seals up nice. And then you put it on a piece of on a paper, and then you add a side of beans to it, and there you go, eggy toast. Right. So one piece of toast, it's got an egg in it, and you know it's eggy toast. It's a quick, cheap breakfast being cooked by people who were drinking heavy the last night in relatively unsanitary. You have no idea if they washed their hands. I'm pretty glad I didn't catch salmonella, hepatitis, or anything else that I know of from this damn experience. Because they were fucking drinking all night, and they have a girls gone wild attitude where they say, "Oh, we'll flash for tips." Keep in mind that also means guys will be flashing for tips on the thing, and they have really, what do you call it? The funnel things for multiple people. It's also really disgusting, and it's German beer, not American beer, and it's not normal bottles. It's like sharing bottles. So if people drink that multiple times without knowing better, you will die. So on to the other things. I already mentioned about the showers. The toilet facilities are stank as fuck, and that's just the men's rooms. The sit-down toilets, I probably are not restocked with toilet paper quick enough, and the seats were probably grimy as hell. I refused to sit on them, and I just held it in for until the next morning. Uh, the regular sinks that they had outside for like regular cleaning and whatnot were also covered encrusted with food waste. Because again, that didn't get cleaned up fast enough because a lot of people were going in and out. And by the second night, the some bathrooms were closed because the outside doors were knocked off the hinges, and urinal stalls or toilet stalls had things off the hinges. So yikes, yeah, that's kind of nasty. And you know, and all night long it was just craziness. Like next thing you know, you can hear a conversation of two tent mates going, "Oh my God, are you having sex with an American?" "No, it's all right. He's Canadian." "Oh, okay, that's much better." Oh, seriously, that was an actual conversation, you know. And then my friend and I started making fun of him for being Canuck and making every single Canadian joke we could think of: maple syrup, maple leaves, mayonnaise, and he said, "Oh, you're from Jersey?" It's like, "Yeah, well, at least we're not a Canuck." So, God. So let's see. Stoke Travel. They got good brochures. Great. They promote a festive atmosphere. Great. The tents are, they're not clean. You're not really secure. You can't tell who the hell staff is. You can't sleep. You can't use the you have no idea how the bathrooms are just nasty. I mean, Oktoberfest, Munich is a wonderful city, but going camping at Stoke Travel is just it just makes it hard to go back, and then everybody's just like puking all over the damn place. It's just sad. Oh, and apparently there are a bunch of early 20 Australians. So why don't you ask them about drop bears? I dare you. Granted, the staff there that you could tell were staff were very nice, and but checkout was a joke. It's just basically empty your tent and just leave. So if you find an empty tent, you might as well just try and take it. Yeah, really secure. And then this is just like You don't really see a strong security presence there, and it's not really a good place to the lockers there are like not really get filled up fast, so you can't really secure your stuff there. So you just stuff in the tent and hope for the honor of everybody else. I mean, Oktoberfest is a wonderful time. The tents are great when you actually go to the actual reason. And then Munich is a wonderful city. You can go to the museums, and you just get lost in that and the culture of the city. And just the beer is lovely. Parks are amazing. The tea shop, I just wish I had a chance to stop by. But the camping there, you can you can do a lot better for yourself, and you owe it to yourself to not go camping. Yeah, if you can afford it, don't go camping. If you can only afford it, go back another year when you saved up properly to actually go. It's just don't go camping for Oktoberfest. Please, you owe yourself more than that. You owe yourself, and yeah, and if you're Stoke Travel, come on, you gotta do a better job of giving directions. Like the closest train stop was not the one you gave us; it was one stop further up ahead. Yeah, you gotta do better. And security, and I know it's not your campground, but spend the extra money to actually get it cleaned up, or have it properly maintained instead of having caution tape on the bathroom doors by the second night. Seriously, ew. I was like, God, it smells just stank of so much ammonia from everybody pissing around. All right, well, if you do go to Munich, Hofbrauhaus is amazing. Go check it out. Bitteschön.